What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Satisfactory. Now, I did get those other portable miners down, so I've got, what, 3, 4, 5, I've got 7 total portable miners down, and it's time to take the next step forward. Now, taking a look for this hub upgrade 3, we're going to need plates. We can make those right now. We're going to need to run over to our miners for that cement. But first things first, let's make up a few of those plates that we need. I thought it said 50, right? See, there's the plates. We're going to need more wire, I thought, or cable or something. Let's just go ahead and get some of that made up. And let's see. Or we need cable is what it is. So we do need 10 cable. It's 75 plates. Let me make a few more plates here real quick. That should get us started here. See, there's the plates. Now I'm going to run over and need cement and then reinforced iron plate. A reinforced iron plate, we need the regular plates, and then we need screws. And for screws, we can actually make a bunch of screws right now. Just go ahead and make those screws. That was 2. How many reinforced iron plates we need? Oh, we only need 2. Perfect. So let's go ahead and make those 2. I have to make a few more iron plates, I think, to fill in. Or did I get all the iron plates? Let me look. Yeah, I've actually got all the iron plates. Alright, so we've got our reinforced now. We just need to run over to our other 2 miners that I popped down here and grab some goods, and we should easily be able to make that cement really, really quickly. Let's see. Yep, the limestone is pumping away. I should run up and grab that copper while I'm right here. I might as well. Do I have room? Yeah, I got plenty of room. Let's run over and grab this copper real quick while we're here. This is a bit of a run to get to the copper. I'll be anxious to get this automated, but for the time being, you know, every time I run up here, I'm going to grab 200 ore. So, you know, it's not optimal, but, you know, it's a good start. We got a nice big open area over here, too, where I could possibly do, like, some major copper operations with smelting and automating wire, stuff like that. Now, I'm going to take use of this huge, beautiful world. That is for darn sure. And as I said, I do kind of want to... I've got thoughts of possibly elevating the whole thing over. I mean, we'll have to see how that goes. Let's go ahead and make this cement real quick. And I don't know how many I needed, but I'm going to make... or concrete. I'm just going to make all of it here, as it does craft really, really quick. It takes 3 for each craft, so... burns through it super, super fast. And there we go. I actually only needed 10, so I'm in good shape for something else too. And there we go. Hub upgrade number 3 is complete. Now let's take a look at what we got that is new.
Congratulations. You have unlocked new buildings and blueprints, which can be found in the build menu and craft bench respectively.
Very nice. So, I've actually got a smelter and a constructor now, but I don't have that auto miner yet. We got some power poles now, we've got conveyor belts now. We're
overloading the power network guarantees suboptimal performance.
Yep, I'm aware. Alright, I got foundations, so I mean, I've got stuff to do, lots of things now. However, I really want to get... I want to get that miner MK1, so let's go ahead and get this one started. You see we're going to need 20 concrete. We've already got it, right? We've got the concrete. I'm going to need 100 plates, so let's get those plates crafted. I'm going to need to go grab more iron real quick. Now, of course, I could have had this automated where the smelting process was already taking place, but I'm being lazy, and I'm thinking more along the lines of... do I want to build stuff just to tear it back down to make it fit the way I want it? So I really want to get these miners going prior to putting in the smelters and the constructors and everything else. So let's just grab this 300 iron ore real quick. Maybe? Am I stuck on something? I was stuck on rock or something. That's weird. Alright, so we grabbed up all the ore. We're going to need to do another massive smelting operation, which I will just speed right through here real quick. Alright, so I've got all of my iron and copper smelted up, and it actually took me so long I can't even remember what I need. I'm probably going to end up needing more iron. What do I need? I need 75 rods and 100 plates. Let's make the rods real quick. Alright, we got the rods going. And now we're going to need 100 iron plate. I actually have just enough iron to get that knocked out, which is kind of awesome. And we got the iron plates knocked out. Actually, I made way more than I needed. And then I'm going to need 20 cable, which is quick and easy. And there we go. And now we have our auto miner, which is just awesome. She gonna talk?
Congratulations.
There we go.
You have unlocked Hub Feature, Additional Biomass Generator. New buildings, which can be found in the build menu.
Alright, so I can now do an additional biomass generator. However,
to ensure full mastery of skills and equipment, I have been asked to not interfere with this last objective. Good luck.
Well, thank you very much. Alright, so I've got two biomass burners here, so I don't need to build another one quite yet. I will down the line. Now, before I even bother going into this next tier, which is the last upgrade for tier number 1, I actually don't need that much stuff. Wow. That'll be really easy to get. But before I do that, I do want to start automating, as now I do have my miner good to go. Now, if we take a look here at our production, I now have the miner MK1, and you see I've actually already got the stuff I need to get one miner down. However, I am going to want to put down multiples. But I'm going to do these one at a time and kind of go through it so you all can see kind of my mindset here with automating a setup going from mining to smelting to producing something else. We're going to start off just with the smelting. So let's get a miner set up. Now, I do know I need one of these. So rather than go and make one, I'm going to just take this one. So now I've got that one, I can come over, I should be able to make a miner MK1 now, which I can, and since I went on and flattened the node already, it's good to go, and I'm ready to just start building right here with it. Now, a couple of quick little tips here, when I know I'm going to be using lots of miners, so I kind of want that on my hotbar. If I just select it, let me go back out and select it, while I'm hovering over it, just hit the number I want it to be on the hotbar, and then we see it appears below. So I put it on 5. Now, anytime, I want a miner, I just throw it down on 5. Now I want it to come out this way, about like that. Let's slap that bad boy down and get it going. And I don't have the materials to do a second, so I'm not going to put a second down quite yet. Eventually, I'm going to put 3 here, though. But for right now, let's get this one going. Now, we know we've got no power here, and we see that this is going to produce 60 ore per minute. Now, this is based off of the quality of the node you're on, where this one is normal. This one's going to be 60 ore per minute. If it was lesser than the normal mode, then it would only be 30. So I'm literally getting twice as much by picking a place with normal modes, and then, of course, I would get even more when I crack into this one, as this one over here is pure. So I'm going to do this one very last, and I'm going to go ahead and get these 2 normals set up first. But we've got the miner. Now, in front of the miner, we would want what? We would want a smelter. Now, to get a smelter going, we're going to need a few more iron rods. So let's just go ahead and we've got the iron already from picking up that miner. So let's go ahead and get that iron smelted up and make some more rods here. Alright, we've got our iron all smelted up all wonderfully, and we're going to need rods. Now, how many of them did I need again? For smelters, I need 5 for each one. So let's go ahead and just make, let's just make a bunch of them while we're at it here. Let's make what? Let's just go ahead and make 30. That will, or 31. Good enough. That will keep us going. Now, we've got plenty of iron rods. We've got plenty of copper wire. So we want to go ahead and get going with a smelter. Now, yep, that's not powered yet. I hear you. It's definitely not. However, it's going to be, and I want to get this all dialed in. Now, over the next few moments here, I'm going to be doing lots of smelters too. So, of course, I'm going to go ahead and hotkey that one too and get it on number 6. Now, when I put the smelter down, I do want to give it a little bit of space, and I'm going to show you why here in a minute. Let's give this, let's put it right about there. Pop that bad boy down, and if we take a look at the smelter configuration, we're going to want to make iron ingots. And you see we're going to need 30 iron ore per minute, and that is going to produce 30 iron ingots per minute. Now, if this machine is going to operate at 30 ore per minute, and this machine is putting out 60 ore per minute, then that means I'm going to be able to put down 2 smelters for each miner that's on a normal ore node. So I'm going to go ahead and put one more smelter right next to that one. And let's see, how do we want it? Is that right? Yeah, that's about right. I do want to make sure I have room to walk between, so I'm not going to stack them right on top of each other. I want to have myself a little room to get through here and whatnot. So now we're going to need 2 smelters here, or we've got 2 smelters, and we've only got one particular miner. So we're going to need a splitter for our conveyor belt, which we do not have unlocked yet. So what we're going to do for the time being is we're just going to get this one particular smelter going, and we will worry about splitting it and getting this one later. Now, what I'll do in the meantime is I will actually set this particular smelter up where I'm just manually throwing stuff into it and collecting it. I'll probably collect up some iron or whatever, but eventually I will want to put a splitter in here and split up what's coming from this miner and go into the smelters, as this miner is adequate to feed both of those once again on a normal node. So it depends on the quality of the node. Now, next things up, I need to get myself some biomass, and that's going to allow me to get some power going over here to those smelters. So let's go ahead and get some biomass made. I actually think I have leaves in here too, right? Yeah, I got a ton of them. Great. All right, let's make a bunch of biomass. We've got a ton of it. I think the machine, or each generator, will hold 200. So I'm gonna make all I can here. Get both of these going. Let's see. Let's split this stack a little. Let's split it again. We'll put 50 there. They're not even stacks, but they're good enough. And that is going to go into my biomass burners. So I'm going to throw 120 in one and 150 in one. And now I just need to get this power over to where I'm going. Now, another interesting thing with the power poles, like if you think Factorio, and I know there will be a lot of comparisons between this game and Factorio. If you think Factorio, think of a main bus for power, where I will be able to overload a network. However, it's important to remember that one power pole is only going to have 4 possible inputs or outputs. So I can connect 4 cables to this power pole. Now I'm going to go ahead and connect up both. Can we get this guy? Why is it not connecting? Oh, I'm missing cable. Derp, I don't have the materials to do it. Step number 1. Make some damn cable. Can't run cable without cable. The general rule of life. Let's try this again. We want to go ahead and link up this one to that power line, and then that one to that power line as well. Now we could put 2 more possible outputs, and we know we need to get the power way over there. So what I'm going to do from here is run the power straight out to, let's put it Oop, I'm missing wire now. Missing all of the stuff and things. Alright, let's get some more wire crafted here. We've got tons of copper ready to go for that sort of thing. Here we go. We've got a bunch of wire made. Let's just go ahead and make a few more cables while we're right here. Good to go there, and eventually we're going to be able to get this power out here. Now, what I'm kind of picturing what my setup is going to be. Now, I've got 2 smelters right there. That next node right next to it, straight ahead, is going to have another miner with another 2 smelters, and I want power running down one cable directly in between all that. So I'm going to put a power pole. I'm going to kind of just picture it right there and hope that that's actually lines up when I get over there. Now, of course, you know, obviously this stuff can be moved. Now, you can stretch these cables a long, long way. That is for sure. However, remember, you can only do the 4 outputs. So each individual cable that you stretch, you can only take off of it 4 times. So I'm like, my goal, I'm going to try to make my goal say like right here. Now, this is going to be kind of like a main power line that goes here. I don't think it's going to reach that far to get me started. Let's see, though. There's no way. Oh my gosh, it is going to reach that far. Holy smokes. Maybe it's unlimited, the distance, and it just takes away more resources. Now, I know I can have 4 lines coming off, and I'm going to have 4 machines right here. Now, what I mean by those 4 machines, I'm going to have 2 smelters, then I'm going to have 2 more machines that are crafting things. This particular setup is going to be for iron plates. But first things first, let's just get the power going down here. So I want 1 more power pole. Let's put it right there. We'll go ahead and connect that power pole up as well. And then we want to connect this power line to the smelter. And now, oh, I didn't connect. Let's try it again. There we go. So now we're connected to the smelter. We've still got plenty of area to branch off. What I'm going to want to do is I'm going to want to have another power pole like right in the middle here that's going to control all of these machines. So I might as well put another power pole right here, and then we'll split all of this stuff off and connect it properly. So we can just hit F and take that power line down, and then we'll reconnect it to here. And then we'll reconnect that one to there. We're all set again, and now we've got all the power we need still here for our machines, because I can connect one here, I can connect one over here, and did it not connect? It didn't connect. Let's try that again. Let's see, from there to there. There we go, now it's connected. So we've got power to everything we need powered down here. In the smelter, we see that we are indeed producing iron ingots, and the ore is flowing in. So we have got a basic smelting operation all set up and ready to go. Now, through the rest of this episode, I'm going to expand this out. I'm hoping to get to the point where I have the splitters for the conveyor belts. Not quite there yet. I'm going to need to go down another research tier. I believe it's just 1 more to get it. But for the time being, we're going to let this stuff pump. Now, we've got power on this machine too over here, remember? And let's see what's in my inventory. I actually have nothing in my inventory right now, but what I can do is grab the iron out of these bad boys and just manually throw it into this other smelter until we're able to get it split. So we've got the power to it, it just doesn't have anything coming in. Let's give it something coming in. It can take 100, it looks like, and it is actually producing, so we'll just let that run. So now we've got one where it's ready to go and feed to something else. We've got another where we're manually feeding it, and we need to get those splitters. So let's take a peek and see what it's going to take for us to get the conveyor belt splitters, and that's going to be my next really hot item. Now, let's see. I don't get the splitter here, so I'm actually not going to get the splitter until I complete the hub and go to tier 1. So first things first, we need to complete this. Let's go ahead and get all this stuff in here. Now I've already got, I'm going to need 500 wire. I'm going to need a little bit more concrete. And then as you see, I'm going to need a bunch of plates. And I'm going to need a bunch of iron rods. So I've got a bunch of copper now. Let's go ahead and see what we can do for that copper wire. Can actually make 759. So I'm going to pump this copper wire out real quick. And we will have that need solved, and we won't have to run back up to Copperville quite yet. Alright, so we've got our copper wire made. We can go ahead and throw the rest of that in there. Let's go ahead and get that full up. We're going to need to run over and grab some more concrete. And then all we have to do is just let that iron smelt and make these items for the iron. So let's run over, it was this way, and grab that concrete we need. And of course these guys will just keep on pumping for us, which is kind of nice. No power requirement or anything. So let's grab all the limestone we can. I'm not even going to bother running back up to Copperville yet, as I'm in good shape on the copper for the moment. Alright, so we're going to need lots of concrete. Let's go ahead and pump all of this out as well. Alright, all of our concrete is made. We can go ahead and throw that in there, and then now it is just down to the iron. Now I've got more iron that can be manually thrown in and smelted, and at this point I just need to get the iron stuff made. So let's get that knocked out here and take a look at what it's going to take for us to get those splitters, and where do we even want to go from there? I mean, do I want to go right into that? Do I want to start doing something slightly different? Let's throw that iron ore in and let it go as well. And now we should have plenty of iron to get this closed out and get tier 1 unlocked. So let's see, I'm going to need, I need 135 iron rods. See, that's more than sufficient on the iron rods. Let's go ahead and throw those in there. And then I'm going to need, 66 more iron plates. Do I have enough to make the iron plates? Oh, look at that. One short. Story of my life. Alright, so I better go grab a little bit more iron again, and let's get those iron plates pumped out. So smooth, I tell you. Or what was it? It was 60 something I needed. I needed 66, I think? Alright, so there we go. We've got all the iron plates we need. I might as well just close that on out. And let's get this tier 1 all wrapped up. There we go. Upgrade hub once again. And we are now done with tier 0. So now that tier 0 is open, or done, you see we've got new buildings. With new buildings, we're going to be able to start doing some different things. So we're going to be able to start researching some things up here with MAM, the molecular analysis machine.
On behalf of Fixit Incorporated, I thank you for your current and future service.
And it looks like we need, an alien carapace we can get started, a barrel nut we know we've got. We can research a lot of this stuff right now, so I'm going to go ahead and get this stuff started. Let's grab,
Additionally, the MAM provides the opportunity to send samples of xenobiology and other materials I deem relevant to R&D in exchange for appropriate rewards.
Fair enough. Alright, let's get this paleberry researching. That's going to take 5 minutes, so we can just let that run as that is researching there. And let's take a look at what we're going to need. It's logistics, right? And here we go, conveyor splitter. So we want to start working on logistics. So going to select the milestone. Once again, we need wire. We need the iron rods. And we're going to need lots of plates. So more copper, more iron in both rod and plate form. Now, I do want to start working on automation a little bit. However, obviously, I'm not fully squared away. Now, basically, the way I'm going to set it up is both of these smelters are only going to focus on making iron plates. Now, to make a constructor, You see, I'm going to need 3 reinforced iron, which I do not have, and I'm going to want to make 2 of those constructors really right now. What do I need for reinforced iron again? Just more iron plates. All right, so let's do it. Let's grab the iron plates. We're going to have to grab the iron ingots and create iron plates. Grab those ingots. Let's grab these ingots. We ran out of ore again, so let me grab a little bit more ore manually to throw in. I'll be happy when this is all set up and full automated. So, you know, of course, the more you get automated, the less you run around. And I am running around like a mofo here. So, let's go ahead and throw those in there. And that should get me started. It's not going to be everything to get this tier unlocked, but it should get me started at the crafting here. So, we know we need massive, massive iron plates. Before we can make the plates, we're going to need the ingots. Actually, we've got ingots smelting over there. Let's just get right into the iron plate making instead. We need lots of it. Lots of iron. They weren't joking when they said start your base off near iron, as you're just going to need a bunch of iron. There's no doubt about it. Let's get all of these plates and rods and everything whipped up real quick, and we'll be able to get that splitter made. So what do we need? We still need 100 more plates. We need a whole bunch of rods, and I'm going to have to make another copper run, as I only have 362 of the required wire. So let me go ahead and jump forward until I've got all of those resources collected, and we can get this next tier unlocked and get this automation, this basic entry-level automation completed. Alright, and now we've got all of our plates, we got all of our rods, we've got all of our wire, and we are good to go. So let's go ahead and make it happen here. And there we go, schematics unlocked. Now that was really what I was looking for. But before we get to the point where we throw it in, let's get a constructor going here.
You measure and improve the productivity of individual buildings to aid with optimization.
So we're going to want 2 constructors here. We're going to want 1 constructor for each one of these smelters. And there's no need for me to separate them out on this one. So let's just throw it down. I'm going to try to make sure they line up properly, or at least kind of close. Let's see. Got to keep it symmetrical, right, Joe? And there we go. Now we've got 2 constructors down ready to go. We've got room to run through. Even though I did make it a little bit tight, I would like it to spread out just a tiny bit more. Let's connect all this stuff up. And we see the iron bars are feeding in. Now this entire setup, I want making iron plates. So both of these particular constructors are both going to be set on iron plates. Each one's making 30, or is using, pardon me, 30 iron ingots per minute. Of course, our smelters are producing 30 iron ingots per minute, so we've got a perfect ratio there on those, and we'll be good to go. All we got to do is power it up. Now, once again, remember, we don't want to get in too much of a bind with our power situation. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to throw yet another power pole right up in the front. Now here I could do many different things. I could put another pole here and branch off over one more time and keep this kind of like as our main power line. But what I'm going to do, just to keep it simple, is I'm going to take that pole, maybe. We're going to take that pole and connect it to this one. And then I'm going to run a line from this one to each of the machines. And then, of course, we've got a fourth if we want to extend it up further this way. Now, I don't think I will extend it up further this way. I think I would just branch off of this piece again. However, let's take a look at our power consumption one more time, or our power usage. We know that each one of these biomass generators are producing 20 megawatts every 6 seconds. Now, with 20 megawatts every 6 seconds, it's producing 40 overall. Now, we also know that each one of our machines down here are using 4 megawatts each. These are each 4 seconds. On the smelters, it's 4 megawatts each 2 seconds. And on the miner, it's going to be 5 megawatts every single second. So we do want to make sure that we've got enough power coming down the line to cover what we've got here going. However, we do have plates fully automated now. The next step would be to put storage units up here to have the plates go directly into storage. That way, they never stop running. Right now, the way it is, once they get to 100, of course, the machines are going to stop and stop producing the plates. So the next thing we want to do is get this splitter in place. Now let's take a look and see what we need for a splitter. We've actually got what we need for it right now. So let's go ahead and get this splitter set up. So first thing we want to do is go ahead and take this conveyor belt down. Let's get that splitter set in. A splitter is another thing where I think I'm going to be using it pretty frequently. So I am going to put that on my hotbar. And then let's see. So the splitter will come. See, the input is over there. We want the input on the miner side. I think right there should kind of get it. Gives us plenty of room to walk around, plenty of room to build over. You know, of course, the more you spread stuff out, the better off you're going to be. But let's get a conveyor belt going there, and let's get another conveyor belt. Oop, gonna need a few more plates. As soon as I get the rest of these plates going, of course, I can get another conveyor belt. Oh, you know what? The plates are right here, dummy. I got plates. So let's go ahead and get that last conveyor belt out of here and into the smelter. Now both smelters are fully automated. From our mining to our smelting to our plate operation, we now have fully automated up. We've got 2 different constructors making plates, so we should be able to put out a couple of plates anyway as we got it going. And we basically have this miner maxed at its output capacity. So the ore is going to keep flowing. And we should have enough to run both of these machines without ever having a bottleneck from this department. Now, of course, we will end up getting a bottleneck up here as we're going to be smelting it pretty quick. I think we're going to end up smelting it quicker than, or actually, no, it's 30 for 30. So we should have no bottlenecks all the way through this. These all should just keep running without any issues and, you know, plates on the way. Let's see what we got. Yeah, we got lots of plates just sitting here already. So there is the entry-level automation, a little bit of power management, and some logistics. Just make sure that you look at what a machine's going to put out versus what the next machine needs. And make sure that you're not sending, like, if I would have put just one smelter here for this miner, then I wouldn't be running at optimal efficiency, no doubt about it. And when I start upgrading this stuff, I'm basically going to have to start at the back and work my way forward. So I'm going to want to upgrade the miner. Then I'm going to get a bottleneck here, so I would upgrade the smelters. And then I'll get a bottleneck here, so I would upgrade the constructors. And that's how I would keep working through this to keep this all flowing as smoothly as possible. However, that is going to do it for now. Thank you all so much for watching. A little bit of a long episode here, but I did want to get to the point where I had my conveyor belt split and all set up in the plate operation. Now, next up, I may even do it off screen. I'm not sure yet, but I'm going to put another setup running right here. And this setup will have 2 smelters, 2 constructors, and that will be making iron rods. But we will either do that next episode or I'll do it offline. I'm not sure quite yet, but that is going to do it for now. So thank you all so much. What's going on there, Mr. Space Cow? How you doing? He's just coming over to say what up and check out the newest facilities. So thank you all once again, and I will see you soon. Take it easy.